Yep, it's one of those videos where I'm drinking a shitty beer. It's sometimes we do that here. But yeah, it's one of those videos so you know what you're in for. Basically, I wanted to do a fun little video quick where someone in the comments had given me a suggestion. I don't want to name names just in case anyone would feel uncomfortable, but somebody gave me a great suggestion to do a video about fragrance times in which you were offended by others' fragrances and you offended others with your fragrances. So I thought that would be kind of fun. I don't have like a ton, to be quite honest with you, but I figured I would just talk about it real quick because yeah, it's why the hell not, right? It'd be fun. It's late. I'm bored. Have some fun, and y'all can talk about your all that crap in the comments with you. I got my cat here, by the way. If y'all like cats, if you can see him, his name's Tori. He's sleeping right there. He's half feral, so he's kind of a bastard. He's really cute, but sometimes I have scars. I really do. Anyways, wow. Let's start first with when I offended those with my scent because that's more personal, I guess you could say. I think that's more fun ish. I really don't have many because if you follow me, you know that I'm fairly new to wearing cologne in terms of longevity purposes. I'm about a year or so. I never wore cologne growing up as a kid, as a teenager, as an adult. So now that I'm into adulthood and everything, I've just started wearing fragrances. But I did dabble in the past, and I will say the one time I definitely offended somebody with my scent, my fragrance, was when I was dating a woman at the time, and this was years ago, many years ago. It was a time where I didn't wear fragrances, so I don't know. It actually, if to go on a bit of a tangent, if this is going to be that kind of video, I had mentioned I used to use Excite by Axe, which was a particular body wash that still I to this day smells fantastic. I recommend all you men and even women out there to pick it up and smell it. It's great. Um, I had this girl who just went crazy for it. So, at the time, I'm like, oh, what if I get a cologne that smells like that? Which was kind of how I got into the fragrance community. So, Old Spice, which made a similar esque version of this body wash, made colognes. So we all know the Old Spice aftershave and the cologne, eau de cologne they make. Classic, right? Everybody's father has worn that cologne. I used to wear that cologne. I used to steal it from my father back in the day. I used to steal high karate from my grandfather. We all have those little anecdotes, but so Old Spice came out with these different versions of cologne relative to the body washes. Like I don't really know what they're called. Hawk Ridge, Bear Glove, like weird shit like that. Some of them smell pretty damn good though for body washes, and this is years ago, like I said. So, anyways, long story short, I'm long-winded. You know me. I bought this cologne of the body wash that I was wearing at the time, similar to Excite by Axe that my girlfriend at the time loved. So I thought, like, oh, she's gonna love this. I'm gonna smell like it even more. I just didn't know. One or two sprays, brother. Like one on the neck, a couple on the neck, maybe the wrists. Don't rub it in. God, cardinal sin, right? But I went nuts, and I had to have sprayed like, I don't know why I'm whispering, but no, I had to have sprayed like 10 sprays. I went absolutely fucking bonker city, like USA. I went crazy. I sprayed on my neck, my wrists, my shirt. I went crazy. I just didn't know. And the room that we shared, we lived in a house, but the room, like our bedroom, was small, and that's where I was hanging out, watching TV. So she comes home from work, and I'm like, oh, she's gonna think this smells amazing. I just probably nuclear blasted the motherfuck out of that place. Sorry for my language, but I just it was a small room with no windows open. I mean, you can certainly imagine. I'm just laughing. Sorry, I just cracked my knuckles. Uh, I still laugh about this from time to time because it was so silly. A woman's a bitch, but that's besides the point. The situation was just funny as all hell. I mean, I had just wrecked that room with this not very nice cologne. I just totally ruined it. I just put too many sprays on, and she walked in and she goes, "Oh, that's a smell." I remember that. She said, "That's a smell." I'm like, "Oh, do you like it?" And she was like, "Yeah, yeah, I like it." I'll never forget that because you could just tell from, she's too nice to say at the time, too nice to say, "Oh, dude, what the hell, man? Like, you put too much cologne on." But, yeah, that was probably the one major time where I could tell I just, whoa, I overdid it completely. And really, that's the only time because I haven't worn cologne too many other times. And now, I'm very cautious. I call myself a criminal undersprayer, so I don't think I really offend too many people. Even in close situations, I'm very careful with maybe even one spray if I'm going to be close to people. But I still like to put cologne on at all times, really, if I'm going out to work or anything. But that's my one story. I thought it was really funny. It's a you had to be there kind of thing, but I'm sure you all share similar kind of situations. One, well, I mean, my grandfather used to wear high karate, like I just said, and man, that was some strong stuff. Now, high karate is an aftershave that was, I think it was in the 70s and maybe even the 80s, but they did discontinue it. They do sell it again, although they like reformulated it and repackaged it, rebranded it, all that kind of jazz. But I believe now it's only sold in the UK. So I don't actually think they sell it now in the United States, but my grandpa had a bottle of it, and that was in the early 90s, so it probably was discontinued, so it was probably several years old at that point. But man, that homeboy, why am I calling my grandpa homeboy? What's wrong with me? My grandpa, man, he wore high karate. He used to tell me that if you put high karate on, you can jump higher. So as a kid, I used to put high karate on all the time to try to jump higher. Us gullible children. But I think that's like a little catalyst that catapulted me into the fragrance interest. But the big one, when somebody offended me with their cologne, this is a great story. I mean, this is just funny. It's a little raunchy a little bit. So if you're not, I mean, you're on my channel, you know how I am. But if you're not into that, tune away. Sorry for the auto-focusing. That's a little annoying. But this one's a little off color. I used to work at this theater. I'm a guitarist. I play for Broadway kind of theater shows. I was working at this theater one summer, and we have cast parties. So every time a show would open, we all worked our balls off. Sorry for being so crude, but we did. We used to work long hours. Sometimes we'd work till like 1 a.m. We'd work like crazy. So when a show opened, we'd go to the bar, and we'd have a big cast party with the whole cast, and we get to just like, take it easy and have a couple drinks and some food and sing some karaoke and just hang out and have a good time. Well, they got crazy. Now, I'm a very non-social person. I'm very introverted, so I enjoyed them, but I was very in the corner. Like, I would go in the corner kind of person. They would get totally crazy. There was this one gentleman there, and I don't really want to name names or anything like that, of course. But, man, older gay gentleman. Not saying anything against gay gentlemen of any. Please don't take that as an offense. Just an older gay gentleman, the type, in his 60s. And man, he was a queen for sure. And again, I don't mean any offense by that whatsoever. If you've worked in the field, you know what I mean. He was a great guy, though. He was a lot of fun. But he ran a tab for everyone because he was drinking a lot and he chain smoked cigarettes and stuff. And he just was like, "Hey, put your drink on my tab, put your drink on my tab." So his tab ran up to like $1,000 or something absurd. So he got totally obliterated drunk. And I went to go use the bathroom. There's one male and one female bathroom. Went in the bathroom. And he was sitting on the toilet, not using the facilities, but smoking a cigarette, and there were other men in the bathroom, and they were just all drunk, hanging out in the bathroom. And my first thought was like, dude, you can't smoke in a bar. And he's like, I don't give a shit. They don't care, which is true. They don't care. He's getting them thousands of dollars. They don't care. So this guy's smoking a cigarette on the toilet, and he kind of said, "Now I admit, and I apologize, if to y'all, but I did smoke cigarettes at the time. I don't anymore. So I joined him for some cigarettes because I had a couple beers, a glass of wine here and there, but we were hanging out. Long story short, we were in a very small bathroom, like 3 or 4 guys smoking cigarettes, drinking beers, and this cigarette smoke smells terrible, and I will be the first to admit that. It smells absolutely horrendous. The smell of this gentleman's cologne was so unbelievably overpowering. He had to have been wearing Brut, or Old Spice, something like that. I feel like it was Brut. Something just so overpoweringly masculine and sharp, and like a sharpest aftershave you could imagine. And it was so strong in this small bathroom. I was overwhelmed, and I was trying to all right guys, all right, I'll see you out there kind of thing. But they just were drunk, and they didn't want the party to end, so to speak, in the bathroom. So they wanted me to stay and chat. I know that's sorry for the noise. I know that's a little silly of a situation, but I will never forget that situation because A, how absolutely ridiculous it was, and B, we were in just it's like if you were in a bathroom in an airplane and someone had strong cologne on. It was just so overpowering. I'll never forget that. Always. And anytime I smell Old Spice, or I don't know, something's going on down there, sorry, anything strong, like that strong kind of old school masculine aftershave kind of smell, I'm always reminded of that situation. I'll never forget it. And it was really funny, and I was definitely offended by the scent of his cologne. It was way too strong, but I had, now I can look back and laugh at it, so it's not all bad. So this is totally a ranty one. Something crazy is going on down there. This one's totally, again, if you are at this point in the video, you've watched the whole thing, so no issues there. But this is just another fun one. Having my, don't drink these, kids. Don't drink these beers. They're really bad. Please don't. Just hanging out. I just thought I would make this because one of my subscribers recommended this, and I thought it would be just a little funny thing. I don't have too many, like I said, but some funny stories in there, How's my cat doing? Yeah, he's a good boy. He's sleeping. So, just a fun one, just to, have some fun. So, please let me know what your situations were where you offended someone. I know that tends to be a little more fun because it's more personal. Unfortunately, I didn't have many. I only had one, but it was kind of funny. And tell me when somebody offended you by their strong cologne. I think that it's fun stuff, It always makes me laugh when I hear stuff like that. It's just another part of the community that I enjoy. Just good times all around. So, without further ado, 13 and a half minutes into this video, I think that'll be it for now. I just wanted to do this. As I've said over and over and over again, we'll have the decants on the way. Just to reiterate, in case you're new and you're watching, God bless you if you've somehow magically managed to stay through this entire video. I don't know how, because I'm so crass sometimes, but Jesus Christ, that's a good example of my crassness on this channel. But I will have Ultra Mall coming by Jean-Paul Gaultier. It's a fantastic winter scent. It's very fruity and sweet. I have Club de Nuit Intense coming, which is by Armaf, which is kind of like a Aventus clone. I'm very excited for that. I have, what else do I have? I have a Dolce & Gabbana The One Intense. Sorry, that's coming. That smells fantastic. And I have one more coming. That's not very exciting, so please don't get your hopes up. Please don't think I'm gonna drop a fucking bomb on you or something. It's not very exciting. It's just exciting to me. It is a purplish, bluish kind of grayish kind of color scent that smells a little soapy. If you can guess what that is, a million brownie points to you. But anyways, we're like 15 minutes in, and I don't want to go forever. I could talk forever, but anyways, everybody take care and have a good day.